Hey everyone, and welcome back to Godfather Chronicles. If you've ever looked at a map of China or watched a movie set in its ancient past, you've probably heard whispers of dynasties: the Xia, the Shang, the Tang, the Qing. But what are they? And how do you make sense of literally thousands of years of history?
Imagine trying to understand a massive, complex novel, but someone ripped out half the chapters and jumbled up the rest. That's kind of what looking at Chinese history can feel like without a guide. Today, we're going to be your GPS through time, navigating the rise and fall of these incredible empires, understanding why they mattered and what legacy left behind. Think of each dynasty as a new chapter in one of the longest, most epic stories ever told. And trust me, this story has everything: heroes, villains, epic battles, scientific breakthroughs, and even some shocking scandals.
Before we dive into this historical adventure, a quick favor: if you love digging into the past and unraveling complex stories, hit that like button right now. It really helps the channel grow. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to Godfather Chronicles and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming journeys through history. And of course, leave a comment below. What's one thing about ancient China that fascinates you? I love hearing your thoughts.
So, where do we begin? Our story starts in the mists of legend with the very first dynasty, the Xia Dynasty, approximately 2070 to 1600 BC. Now, the Xia is a bit like the legendary King Arthur of England, debated by historians but incredibly important culturally. While definitive archaeological proof is still being sought, ancient texts speak of its founder, Yu the Great, a legendary figure who tamed devastating floods. This brings us to a concept absolutely crucial to understanding Chinese dynastic rule: the mandate of heaven. Imagine a divine contract. A ruler was given the right to govern by heaven itself, as long as they ruled justly and wisely. If they became tyrannical, incompetent, or faced widespread natural disasters, it was a sign that heaven had withdrawn its mandate, justifying a new ruler or dynasty. This wasn't just a nice idea, it was the ultimate justification for overthrowing a corrupt government. It's like a cosmic report card for emperors. From the possibly mythical Xia, we move into firmer historical ground with the Shang Dynasty, approximately 1600 to 1046 BC. This was China's Bronze Age. We have incredible archaeological finds, ornate bronze vessels, chariots, and fascinating oracle bones. These were turtle plastrons or ox scapulae used for divination, and their inscriptions give us the earliest examples of Chinese writing. It's like finding ancient text messages from 3,500 years ago.
The Shang eventually fell to the Zhou Dynasty, 1046 to 256 BC, the longest-lasting dynasty in Chinese history. The Zhou further developed the mandate of heaven and established a feudal system, much like medieval Europe. Kings granted land to loyal nobles in exchange for military service. But as these feudal lords grew more powerful, the central authority weakened, leading to a period of intense internal conflict.
This era is known as the Spring and Autumn period, 771 to 476 BC, and the subsequent Warring States period, 475 to 221 BC. Imagine a world where 7 powerful states constantly fought for supremacy. It was brutal, but paradoxically, this chaos was a fertile ground for some of China's most profound philosophical ideas.
This is where we get Confucius, with his emphasis on morality, ethics, and social harmony. Think of him as the original life coach, but for an entire society. We also have Laozi and Taoism, promoting harmony with nature and simplicity. And then there's legalism, which advocated for strict laws and harsh punishments to maintain order. These philosophies weren't just abstract ideas. They profoundly shaped Chinese culture and governance for millennia.
After centuries of bloodshed, one state emerged victorious, the Qin, and with them, the terrifying and brilliant Qin Dynasty, 221 to 206 BC. Its founder, Qin Shi Huang, became the first emperor of a unified China. He was a visionary and a tyrant. He standardized weights, measures, and writing, built roads and canals, and began the construction of the Great Wall. He also burned books and buried scholars alive.
But perhaps his most famous legacy lies beneath the earth, the Terracotta Army, an entire legion of clay soldiers guarding his tomb. It's an astonishing testament to his power and his obsession with immortality.
The Qin Dynasty was short-lived, replaced by the mighty Han Dynasty, 206 BC to 220 AD. This was a golden age for China, lasting over 400 years. The Han expanded the empire, established the Silk Road, a vast network of trade routes connecting east and west, and developed paper, porcelain, and medical advancements. Think of the Roman Empire, but in the east. The Han era solidified many of the cultural and political norms that would define China for centuries.
After the Han, China entered another period of fragmentation. We have the romanticized Three Kingdoms period, 220 to 280 AD, a time of legendary heroes and strategists. This was followed by the Qin Dynasty, 265 to 420 AD, which was ultimately pushed south by nomadic invaders, leading to the Northern and Southern Dynasties, 420 to 589 AD.
While often seen as a chaotic interlude, this period also saw the significant spread of Buddhism throughout China. It's a bit like Europe after the fall of Rome, a patchwork of kingdoms, but with new cultural and religious influences taking root.
China reunited under the short-lived but impactful Sui Dynasty, 581 to 618 AD, which built the Grand Canal, a massive engineering feat connecting north and south. This paved the way for another golden age, the Tang Dynasty, 618 to 907 AD.
The Tang was a cosmopolitan empire open to foreign ideas and trade. Poetry, art, and innovation flourished. It was a time of immense cultural richness, with famous poets like Li Bai and Du Fu. Think of the European Renaissance, but centuries earlier.
After another brief period of disunity, the Song Dynasty, 960 to 1279 AD, emerged. This was a period of incredible technological advancement. Gunpowder, printing, and the compass were perfected. Imagine navigating the seas and printing books thousands of years before the West. The Song also saw a flourishing of landscape painting and Neo-Confucianism.
Then came the thunder from the north, the Yuan Dynasty, 1271 to 1368 AD, established by the Mongols under Kublai Khan, grandson of Genghis Khan. This was the first time China was completely conquered by a foreign power. It was a period of immense change, with trade routes opening up even further, as seen in the travels of Marco Polo.
But Mongol rule was ultimately overthrown, and the native Chinese reasserted control with the Ming Dynasty, 1368 to 1644 AD. The Ming focused on re-establishing Chinese traditions. They rebuilt the Great Wall, constructed the Forbidden City in Beijing, and launched grand naval expeditions led by Admiral Xing He, exploring as far as East Africa. Imagine a vast fleet of treasure ships centuries before European exploration.
Our journey concludes with the last Imperial dynasty, the Qing Dynasty, 1644 to 1912 AD. This was founded by the Manchus, another foreign group from the north, but they quickly adopted Chinese culture and governance. The Qing expanded China to its greatest territorial extent. However, the 19th century brought increasing pressure from Western powers, leading to the Opium Wars and a period of decline. The mandate of heaven seemed to be truly withdrawing. Finally, in 1912, after thousands of years of dynastic rule, the Qing Dynasty fell, marking the end of Imperial China and the beginning of a new modern era.
So from the mythical Xia to the mighty Qing, we've journeyed through over 4,000 years of Chinese history. Each dynasty a unique chapter, contributing to an incredibly rich and complex story. They built empires, developed philosophies, invented technologies that changed the world, and shaped the cultural identity of one of the oldest civilizations on Earth. Understanding these dynasties isn't just about memorizing names and dates. It's about seeing the ebb and flow of power, the evolution of ideas, and the enduring spirit of a people who have continuously innovated, adapted, and redefined what it means to be Chinese.
I hope this deep dive into Chinese dynasties has been as fascinating for you as it was for me. If you enjoyed this journey through time, please give this video a huge thumbs up, share it with a friend who loves history, and of course, if you're not already, subscribe to Godfather Chronicles for more epic historical explorations. And don't forget to comment below. What was your favorite dynasty and why?
Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next Chronicle.